Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris with Kristen's Crafts, and today I am bringing you the first process video for our May Build-A-Page series. So today I am scrapbooking this picture of my nephew, his wife, and my great-nephew when they went to visit the cherry blossoms in Washington, D.C. And this is just one of those things that's a sign of spring. And this year the cherry blossoms had been especially beautiful, and they had the opportunity to go see them, and it was a great experience for them. So I wanted to go ahead and get this documented. Now for this page, I am using the that background paper that was already had a saying on it, but I'm covering it up and going to use it, as basically a frame. Now you're going to see I'm struggling here to get the right amount of paper to make my banner. And the other problem is that the pattern that's on this green, the circles are a little bit off, which is throwing it off for me. I keep thinking it's uneven, and it really isn't. So, and then having the cold doesn't help the whole matter anyways. So I eventually do get it to where I get it the size I want. And then I use the back side of part of that paper to mat my paper to give it a white border as well. And so I'm going to go ahead and get that down. I thought about pulling it to the side. I just didn't like it like a shelf. I really had the desire to have it come down from the top. And I will cut one more just because I'm stubborn that way. And this piece of paper was long enough that I could retry it again, and this time it actually did work. I'm making them into a 3-inch band, so this time it was longer, and then I was able to just take a little bit off the top and get the desired look that I was wanting. Then the next thing I was going to struggle with was I wanted a doily under there, and I was thinking about the whole doily. Then it just didn't look right, so I will end up just cutting a piece of the doily off. So I put everything to the side, and I decide that I'm just going to go ahead and start kind of decorating it and build it from there. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere the banner down, and then I will tack the picture down as I play with it. One of the things I wanted to bring up is this paper pad here that I'm using is one of the hot buys that I got from Michaels. And I know I have said it before that I'm one that I keep my stash. I don't purge. I look at it as being money that was spent. But the other thing you have to consider is even if you're not purging, if you're not using it, it's not money well spent. Even though it's a hot buy deal, if it's just sitting on a shelf, there is no deal involved unless you just like thumbing through the paper. You really only get the deal when you actually take the paper out of the pad and make a layout. So keeping that in mind, with these 48 pieces of paper in this paper pad, it cost me $4.99 to sit on a shelf. Now that I'm using 4 pieces of paper, I'm a little over $1 per piece of paper, which is about the average cost of a piece of paper that you'd buy from like American Crafts. My next couple layouts, as I start using that paper pad, the more and more I use it, the more and more cost effective that paper is going to be. And now it's going to be worth my money for buying that paper pad. So just something to keep in mind, even if you're making 2-3 layouts out of that hot buy paper pad, at that point you've gotten your $4.99 worth. Sitting on a shelf, it's done you no good. Purging it out of your collection, you just gave money away. You might as well give it to a charity. So really kind of keep that in mind when you're going through and looking at your stash. And even when you're making those purchases, if you're not going to use it, it's not really a hot buy. So now that I've got all the decorations kind of on the page, I went ahead and I did cut down a 1/4 inch on each side of the layout, and I'm going to go ahead and mat it with this floral paper just to bring this piece of paper in. This is going to be then the 4th piece of paper I'm using on the layout, and it's just going to bring a little bit more of that blue color and then tie in the green together. So now that I have it on there, I'm going to go off camera and I'm going to fussy cut all these flowers out, and I'm going to lay them out. So I have my 3 clusters. I have the word spring banners on the left-hand side. I have the hello spring at the top. And then I put the little watering can with the florals on the bottom right with the doily. And then I have the hello spring and the snail at the bottom. So now I'm just going to take these cut out flowers and I'm just going to tuck them in here and there around those little clusters, just to kind of fill it in and bring more of that paper and more of the colors into the layout. And I'm really pleased with how this has turned out. Really not a lot of embellishments involved. This is all from an Echo Park sticker sheet and a doily I had in my stash, and again, a hot buy paper pad. Sorry about the cough, guys. I'm still dealing with that cold. Once I get done with putting all these florals down, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take those gems that I got from Rosie Studios, and I'm going to grab the ones that are the blue color with the gold flecks, and I'm going to put them in each of the corners and just add a little bit more bling to the paper. And that's going to be it for my layout. Very simple. I'm very happy with how this turned out, and it's a great layout to have in my album documenting, the first signs of spring of 2022 with my cute little great nephew. Make sure that you check out Christy Moira, Scotian Scrapbooker over on Instagram, Jen here on YouTube, and Shannon. Hopefully I didn't forget anybody. Moira, Shannon, Christy, Scotian Scrapbooker, and Jen. Yeah, I think I got everybody. Anyways, make sure you check everybody out. They've got some great kits that they've made, and I can't wait to see what their first layouts are going to look like. Here's some close-ups for you, and we will see you again tomorrow for our next layout. Have a great day.